Inzoi game suffers massive backlash as everyone kind of has problems with it. The right, the left, the wokies, the not wokies. It's getting insane.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about Inzoi. Now, here's the thing about Inzoi. Inzoi is getting backlash from both sides of the aisle right now. There are people that don't like this game seemingly because it has non-binary options in the game, and there are people that don't like this game seemingly because you can't have gay relationships in the game. The game is literally just trying to be a life simulator, and there are people that are trying to turn it into an ideological battleground. But with all that being said,
Makes sense, honestly. It checks out. Life is an ideological simulator and battleground, so, I mean, if a game is a life simulator, it should also be, honestly. Don't see the problem here. That's a joke, obviously, but still.
the game is doing fairly well at about 87,377 all-time concurrent players, which is definitely better than Assassin's Creed Shadows. So shout out to them. Great job on that. But there is some drama that's being spun
How have I not heard about this before? Wow.
up by the journalists. And the journalists start doing their controversy whenever they don't get their way. And considering the game doesn't have LGBTQ relationships, that's all it takes for them to start attacking the game. Now, they tried to stir up some drama because the game
Oh no, I can't destroy civilization from within. Bad game.
apparently allows you to run over children, although the developers
Based.
have finally admitted that that was actually a bug and was not intended at all.
Ah! That's funny. That's funny.
It's amazing to me, ladies and gentlemen, that these people they claim to be so tired of the culture war. They're so tired of all the controversy. They're complaining that, oh, every AAA game has drama behind it. But they're so funny to not even realize that they're the ones that cause the
It is exhausting, but you know, you take a break and then you come back to it because it's funny at the end of the day anyway.
drama most of the time. They're the ones that cause the controversy most of the time because they're the ones that end up attacking developers that don't ideologically agree with them for whatever that reason may be. Nobody was talking bad about
I don't know about that, Chief. I honestly still remember Goonergate. I wonder what happened to it at the very end. But that was the exact opposite and shit went down south, okay?
this game until they found out that there was no LGBTQ relationships in the game. And then all of a sudden, there's articles everywhere complaining about little finite details like this that people know are usually BS. So let's get into this article, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, again, guys, Inzoi apparently lets you run over children. I can already hear all the jokes in the comments. You're going to see based all over the comments. I get
That's what I said. So, I mean, are we not supposed to do that? I'm confused.
it. I get it. This is one of the things where it's like it's a life simulator, number one. And number two, whatever happened to you control the buttons you press? Whatever happened to that, right? Whatever happened to, you make the decisions you want to make. So for all these people that are trying to
Exactly.
pretend to be offended over the game letting you run over children,
By the way, this is why GTA doesn't have children.
my question is, why are you running over children? Like what? Why would you even like
Because it's fun. It's a game. Where the hell else am I supposed to do that?
have the opportunity to do so? What would bring you to want to run over the kids in the game? You know what I'm saying? You control the buttons you press, right? Isn't that what you say all the time when people complain about other things that you ideologically agree with? Now you're out here trying to virtue signal about this because the game doesn't have gay relationships and that's what you're really mad about? But in any case, in one of the year's most dark discoveries, oh, it's
Everyone knows that the next thing is going to be, well, you can't have gay relationships with children, which is clearly attacking trans rights. Oh, something something ropes, something something branches, something something.
so dark. It's so dark that you can run over a child in a video game. Brand new hit life simulator Inzoi lets you run over children. While the game is designed to mimic most aspects of day-to-day life, players are understandably baffled by the inclusion. Again,
Imagine getting evicted in this game.
why are you choosing to run over children? I don't understand.
Because
For
I
you to
can,
discover this, that means that it must have been in your mind to do it in the first place. So my question is, why
obviously.
did you choose to press those buttons?
Okay, listen, okay? If this is something like GTA, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to get in the car and try to time to drive on the sidewalk because reasons, I'm not exactly gonna be, oh no, there's a child dead, gotta stop. No, no, no. I'm speeding up. I'm speeding up. And I'm doing a line of coke.
That's like the simplest question I have right now. Inzoi has steadily gained momentum and hype throughout 2025. Eventually, it superseded Hollow Knight Silksong to become the most wishlisted title on Steam. Despite a de novo roadblock on the way, the new rival to The Sims has gotten off at a hot start. It allows you to escape your real life to live a more perfect existence through Inzoi. However, Inzoi possibly offers a bit too much freedom, as you can quite literally control a car.
Is this like Second Life? Oh no, that means Pirate Software is gonna play it and make a clan here.
And careen into children. Again, you control the buttons you press, right? I'm going to keep saying that because these freaking losers are the ones that say that all the time. Anytime you have issues in a video game, they're like, well, you control the buttons you press. You do as well. If you don't want to see a child run over in a video game, perhaps you should not have the urge to run over children in a video game. You know what I'm saying? It's very clear you have that urge and that you want the developers to take away that urge because you can't control it. I'm just saying. Anyway, a not safe for work post appeared on the Inzoi subreddit on March 27. It initially contained a description saying you could drive into the elementary school and run over children. Underneath the message is a video of the action itself. Now let's see if we can actually pull up this video. Here it is right here. Here we go.
Get out of here.
So yes,
Beautiful.
you can basically run over children. As you can see, the kid went flying. And
Oh,
bounce,
no.
and the ragdoll physics are absolutely insane. So you definitely can do that. But my question is, what brought you here in the first place? Why did you bring your car
Well, the children, obviously.
into the elementary schoolyard and decide to even test out this theory in the first place, right? It's very clear that whoever did this in this video didn't care, right? It's very clear that they were having a grand old time. They were laughing their ass off at this. And I also find it
obviously.
hilarious that the NPCs didn't even respond. Like,
Yeah,
these
that's
kids
also
just saw
good.
their friend get freaking ragdolled all the way to the other side of the court.
Bro, they saw their friend being eaten and they're like, oh god, thank god. I never actually liked them.
And they're just like, yep, I'm going to walk in front of the car. Yeah, I'm going to stay here. This guy driving this car is clearly sane. Everything is perfectly fine. But in any case, this level of backlash resulted in this, where the Inzoi developers had to respond, and they said that the ability to run over children was a bug. Now, for me, do I believe it was a bug? No. I
Boo.
believe it was just the idea that, oh, nobody's going to do this. Like, we don't even have to bother turning this off because nobody's going to want to run over kids in the game. Little did they know that people like that are going to want to do that, and now they got a controversy.
Bro, what do you mean? We have always been denied that ability. Like, why? It's a game! If a game gives me the option of doing something I have never done before in my life, bro, I am taking it. What do you mean? That's what games are for. That's what they are designed to do. Shit.
On their hands because these journalists found their way in to try to make the game controversial. The same people that complain that all AAA games now are controversial are the ones that are causing controversy. It's amazing. So anyway, so they finally said something about
Makes
this,
sense.
and they said this issue was caused by an unintended bug that has been resolved in the latest patch. The representative said, these depictions are highly inappropriate and do not reflect the intent and values of Inzoi. We understand the seriousness of this matter and age-appropriate content, and we are strengthening our internal review process to prevent similar incidents in the future. Again, guys, this is absolutely ridiculous. This whole thing is just proof that these people are hypocritical, right? This whole nonsense about you control the buttons you press, they only care about controlling the buttons that you
I never actually bought this stupid idea of you control the button you press. I never liked that. That sounds stupid, okay? That just sounds like an excuse. And again, most of these leftist points are just obviously excuses. They just want you to... They just want to gaslight you and making you think you're stupid for over-exaggerating. Oh, it's just your action. You have the choice to not do this thing. It doesn't matter that, you know, if 250 out of 251 relationships are gay, then, you know, you have just the option to not pick any of the gay ones. It happens. You know, you can press the button. It's just an excuse. It's just gaslighting and a poor attempt at that, because that's not going to work on anyone with more than 2 brain cells, honestly.
you press. They want to be allowed to do whatever they are able to do. But the moment something happens that you're able to do that offends them, suddenly they want to control the buttons you
It's
press
bad,
instead of
yes.
letting you control the buttons you press yourself. It's such a ridiculous freaking notion, and it proves that these people don't actually care about the game itself. They just want to stir up controversy. And they claim everybody else are rage baiters and grifters, yet when they do it, everybody's quiet, right? Nobody's saying anything about these journalists stirring up controversy and a freaking.
Wait, how good is this game, actually? Inzoi Steam DB. Let's check. Inzoi. It has been out for... Oh, it's 2 days. Oh, okay. Makes sense. 2 days it released on Friday, and now it's Saturday, and now it's Sunday. Okay. Interesting. It's kind of a downward trend already. But it did release on Friday. Fridays, I think, are the worst days to actually release a game, if I'm not mistaken, because people are out and shit.
Life simulator game, literally Inzoi, a life simulator game, and they're complaining about this nonsense. But here's what it's really about, right? Number one, they're mad as hell that the game is super successful and it doesn't have any gay shit in it. That's number one, what they're mad about. They want
Probably.
LGBTQ nonsense in the game. And listen, for all intents and purposes, sure, it's a life simulator. Go for it. I don't
Oh, just that hypnotic? Let's be real. They want a lot more, and we know it.
give a fuck. You should be able to do whatever you want to do in a life simulator game, in my opinion. Again, it's not the kind of game for me, but I'm sure the people that are playing life simulator games don't really care if you want to be gay in the game. It's only going to affect you anyway. It's not like the game's online or whatever the case may be, where you have to be forced to witness that shit. Again, you control the buttons you
Forced to witness and in your face are bad things.
press, kind of nonsense. But Inzoi doesn't have gay relationships in the game. They don't have gay marriage in the game. They don't have the ability for gay anybody to be able to have any kids in the game. Literally nothing, right? So basically, they are upset about that, and they're projecting their anger into something.
So what's gonna happen now? There's a controversy. News outlets are picking it up. News outlets, am I right? And, well, are the devs gonna rumble to their demands and make the game a lot shittier? Or not? Or what's gonna happen?
Else. They're trying to, complain about this, where they really don't care about the kids being run over in the game. They don't care about that nonsense. They're only using it to try to make the game look bad, but they failed, right? Inzoi is doing very well, 87,377. They can't even claim that the game is a failure because every single day they're spouting the concurrent numbers of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is at 64,000, as a massive success, a commercial success, a huge success. So if that's the case, then Inzoi beating it by about 20,000 concurrent players should be an even bigger success than that, according to their logic. Now,
Dragon Age Railguard had also roughly, what, 10, 20, 15,000 more players than that, and still an absolute massive disaster.
Now, I believe that Inzoi is only available on Steam right now. It is not a console game, so a lot of people are enjoying the game.
No game should be a console game because consoles suck dick, and you know it's true. Anyway, that was Hypnotic 10 out of 10. Bye!